Good morning, everybody. It's LSP. It's currently the 15th of June, 2022. What an absolutely awesome market to find ourselves in this morning. I know that may seem like an odd way to start this video, but the reality is we knew it was going to happen. We expected this to happen. We believe that, the Fed announcements being priced into the market at the moment. So there are a few things to look forward to in terms of market, the market just slowing down a little bit. Of course, today is a very tentative day. We could see movement on both sides of the market, but ultimately, because we expected this to happen and we've been kind of studying this as it's been unfolding, it's been a lot easier to just stay calm, relaxed, and not engage where it makes no sense to engage. I'm going to be touching on, sort of reflection tokens as well today, just to kind of ease people's, concerns in terms of being invested and seeing your portfolio getting decimated effectively, right? So let's get over to the charts and we'll have a look at what we can expect to see on Bitcoin today, Binance, Ethereum, and then we'll jump over to some reflection tokens. I'm not going to be showing them on the chart, but I just want to have a quick chat about that as well. So when we're looking at Bitcoin like this, again, expected, right? We knew 20K was going to be traded too. I know it hasn't yet, but I believe very strongly we're going to see 20K today, potentially a little bit lower. Just be mindful. If we just drop down to the 15-minute chart, this is controlled price behavior. Nice, controlled, steady. This is not aggressive movement. This is not acceleration to the downside. On the weekly, it looked great. You're like, okay, price is starting to accelerate. We could potentially see that last capitulation into that liquidity pool, even as low as 16K, possibly, sub 15K. 16. Sub 16K. But when we come over to the 15-minute chart, we see how that so-called acceleration looks on the weekly. On the 15, nice and controlled, nice and controlled, nice and controlled. So we're not seeing that acceleration. This is not good, right? The reason I say it's not good, the worst situation to find yourself in is when price is doing this kind of grinding into liquidity pools, because what generally tends to happen is it will get there and then it will just continue to grind through as it absorbs that liquidity pool with almost no response, right? Then it's more an injection of volatility that gets you away from that level as opposed to, buyers stepping in and really going for it. So with all of that said, the expectation is this liquidity pool down here, right? Sits at roughly 19.5 to around about sort of 15.8, right? We could potentially find ourselves somewhere in this area, right? The Fed announcement later is not necessarily the one that we want to be focused on. The press conference afterwards, right, which is 30 minutes after the announcement, the interest rate announcement, that's what we need, that's what we need to be focused on. Whatever they say in that press conference could potentially jitter the market. It could do nothing. We don't know. But ultimately, it is going to be a long day. It is going to be drawn out. I'm going to be updating you guys throughout the day as well. And again, it's very important that we just stay calm and relaxed while we're going through this process, okay? Now, let's jump over to Binance, obviously. Again, Binance, the only two levels really that we should be considering is 185 and around about sort of 150. Yeah, these are the two levels for me anyway, that are important key levels. Obviously, if Bitcoin does start to grind through that liquidity pool, we could potentially find ourselves, down here, around these levels. I do believe we're going to see sub 200 today on Binance. And again, why grab it? Why grab it now? Yeah, Binance is cheap. Binance is very, very cheap. But again, I'm going to be using Bitcoin as the timing tool, before I engage in the markets at all, right? And again, there's no difference with Binance. If Bitcoin continues to drive through that liquidity pool, we will see more downside on Binance. And then Ethereum. Now, obviously, Ethereum has been showing an incredible amount of weakness, way more than what Bitcoin has or Binance or pretty much anything else in the cryptocurrency market, in terms of the big ones. And again, I've had this level on my chart for a little bit of time, sort of 735 to roughly 750. That's where the imbalance is. And I think we get there. I think we're going to see 750 on Ethereum at some point soon. And again, we have to be calm. And I'll jump over to kind of portfolio and reflection tokens and some of the things that are going on, in kind of in that space. When you're looking at your portfolio and you can see that it's down, and you can see that, sort of 3-4 months ago, you may have been in profit, and now you're kind of looking and thinking, wow, I'm 80%, 90% down, on my investment. It's very easy to allow yourself to be pulled into, this kind of emotional response and start to panic or start to get really frustrated. And I know as well, I'm going to say this very quickly. I know there's people out there that are looking at your positions and you simply don't have money to add to your positions, okay? That is a tough one. That's a hard situation to find yourself in. And the best advice that I can give is to just be super, super patient. Believe in the projects that you're invested in. Believe in the cryptocurrency market as a whole. Obviously, it's unfortunate that those who are new to cryptocurrency are having to go through this kind of learning curve in this market. But trust me, if you can get through this market and do it patiently with discipline, this is the best learning experience, right, that you're ever going to have when it comes to financial investing. These don't come around very often. And obviously, in years to come, which seems so far away, but in years to come, if we engage safely, correctly, with discipline and a plan, we are going to be able to look back and say to those people who are new to crypto then, guys, don't worry about it. This is nothing. You should have seen, what we went through 2-3 years ago, and so on and so on and so on, right? So it's just a fractal history repeating itself over and over and over and over again. And thankfully, and I say that with a smile on my face, thankfully, we're in a position to be able to make the most of this opportunity. I've said many times, I don't think we're going to see one of these kind of situations in our lifetime again. There may come a time in the years to come where we see some crashes and things, but we're going to get that kind of fractal history movement where we're here now, whereas sort of like the previous time we were here, now we're going through it here, then eventually we're going to go through it here. And as the entire financial system, markets, everything, all assets are slowly cycling through this bear to bull, we will find ourselves on that curve on the upside where we're going to be in a much, much stronger position going forward. So again, try not to engage in the markets today. Stay safe, be patient, let the market tell you what it's doing. And obviously with, the news that's going to be coming today later, 7 o'clock GMT time and then 7:30 for the press conference. We know it's coming. Why bother engaging? Just let all of that unfold. Let the market do what it wants to do. And our job is to engage when it's safe to do so. So I hope you're all having an absolutely fantastic day or evening wherever you are in the world. And I will catch up with you sometime in the next sort of 2 to 3 hours, possibly 4 hours. If I have time, I will jump on a live stream today as well. Or maybe we actually do a live stream later, during the Fed announcement, but we'll see. Take care, guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Ciao for now.